was cool to have gone and checked that out. So there is Patois, and I just came from June Plum where I got a curry goat patty. It's like Jamaica in the city. Very cool. It's like a little block of yard. Right there, so. Patois. And so I am going to not Shop Juju, which is a space I went into, and there's a piece of furniture I do like, but I still have to clear up my yard before we can put anything in there. So I don't know if you can see the Jamaican patty sign. So I am going here. Oh, brother. So I'm going to this. The Popup. There's a Popup. Model Citizens, got some stuff here. And of course you've got the streetcar, Toronto streetcar, which kind of pops up in all my videos because it's a landmark of the city. So just when you're not sure where you are, you can see here and see she's videotaping a little bit of the street. Yeah. All right. Hey, how are you? Dundas. Dundas. Dundas.
Oh, snap. No, you didn't get that, did you? Come on, don't do
I
that.
didn't get like the private stuff that actually you're saying. Just you leaning forward, doing what you're doing, what you need to do.
I can beat my nose for a bit. If you want.
Do that.
Poligny.
Wonderful. What's your name?
D.
D. I love that. D. D-E-E?
How you doing?
Well, not bad. Poligny.
Really nice to meet you, man.
Is this your stuff?
This is my colleagues over, my mates over there.
Yeah. Wow.
Can we do a retake?
A retake of what?
Of like,
Okay, so you want to start again?
yeah.
Okay, start again then. Go ahead.
What's going on? Come see. Come.
When are you going to do my Diana Ross print? You know, for years I've been bugging you.
I don't have a Diana Ross, but I got a Nina Simone.
Oh.
I redid Nina. Come
Okay,
see.
where?
All these beautiful.
Is that a Saba?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Beautiful. Yeah, Saba, yeah. Oh, that's good.
Look at that. My baby just cares for me. So there we go. That's
So
the new.
you don't have a
colorway.
Diana. Why don't you have a Diana? You have a Nina.
I have a Nina.
You just didn't do a woodcut of Diana?
She's more of my generation. Diana's too young for me.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Because the other day I went to this event. Last summer at Pride, I went to this, the Oklahoma guys, they had an event called Love on Top. They have every year.
Yeah.
And I guess it's owed to Beyonce.
Oh, yeah.
So at the end of the day, the party, they play her song Love on Top. And of course, the whole place they stop music. Everybody knows it a cappella. And I'm standing there going, what the hell? And they said, oh, Beyonce's there, Diana. Because remember Diana Ross was,
Yeah.
you know...
What
Songs
she
we
was
knew.
for us.
Exactly, is what
yeah.
Beyonce is for them, and that's when you just gotta step back and go, okay, it's their turn.
Yes,
Let
you
them
know?
go to it because we did it.
Yes, young
and I'm sure
blood.
our parents had a Nina or something,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
various people had
yeah.
their own crew, right?
Yeah,
and
everybody's
so
got their
yeah,
own thing.
so listen, and then I probably there's another generation now that has like, I don't know who the young ones are coming up now. I don't even know who they are anymore. This is when you kind of realize you're getting old when you go, I don't know, I don't care that I don't know. Whereas before, I'd be like, what do you mean? What am I missing? No.
There's the sort of the historic importance. That's the thing for the Beyonce for me, where I'm like, I realize how important she is.
Right.
Like musically, culturally, like as a touchstone and everything. Like,
No worries.
she's not writing music for me,
Right.
right? So, but I love it. It
Yeah,
still sounds great. And
yeah.
Georgia's really sort of dialed into that.
Right.
But you know what? If I were to do an iconic, especially like a queer iconic
Yeah.
music thing from that era, you know who I would do? Sylvester.
Isn't there? Did I see? Is there a documentary I watched, or there's one coming, or something? Because I watched the Luther Vandross one, which was at the Hot Docs. Luther Vandross. There's a documentary about him.
I don't know who that is.
Luther Vandross.
Oh, Vandross. Oh my God. Come on. I thought you said
Mr. Music
Andro-
Man, don't
Like,
disappoint me.
Oh my God. We went last week. Georgia and I went deep into the Luther world.
Oh
And
yeah.
I started off with a David Bowie thing. I'm like, you know who's
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
like,
you know all this stuff then, because the doc does all of that, which I didn't know. Like it was so rich. I thought, oh, I didn't know he started off as backup and with all these greats. And the Rolling Stones, they all booked him and
he's
worked
al-
with.
He's also one of those guys that managed to make that jump. Did you watch that documentary of 20 Feet from Stardom?
See, that I haven't. All my friends watched it, and they were referencing it the whole time we were watching this film. It's
So
doc.
it's that thing about like being able to make that jump, because a lot
Right.
of those backup singers, they have perfect voices, but they're singing with like Bob Dylan or something.
Yes,
It's like,
exactly.
it's the worst voice ever, right? No, for real. It's like
Right,
you're
right.
barely singing.
Right.
And so, but some of them don't have that star quality or that voice that's interesting enough.
Right.
But Luther was one of the, and in that
Yeah.
documentary they talk about it. They're like, he made the jump.
Yeah.
To superstar.
Yeah.
One of the other people that he's singing with in that David Bowie stuff, I don't even remember what her name is. At one point she had like a blonde afro,
Okay.
like interesting looking, you know.
Right.
And I listened. And apparently, she was dating David Bowie for a minute.
Okay.
And so they did a couple of songs together, and you're like, she doesn't have it.
Right.
She's
Right.
good and kind of perfect and
Yeah.
stuff, but she doesn't have that to get you. Do you know what Georgia calls my music career?
What?
20 feet from boredom.
Why does she call it that?
Because she just likes to razz me.
Poke you?
Poke me.
So, two questions I have for you.
Yeah.
You are wearing an undershirt on, which just takes me back to my childhood, to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
growing up, how you would never wear a shirt like what you're wearing and not wear an undershirt, right? And so, is that something that you just always do and
Not
keep
always,
up?
but I do it in the summertime now.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you need to, like I'm not, buff or anything, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually do it, but if I need to, if I'm in the park or something, I can always strip down to that.
Right, you can take your shirt off. That's a smart idea.
But yeah, no, there's that old school thing as well. Right?
Yeah, you're getting dressed, and I think did we start to wear them to protect the shirt, so you could wear the shirt a few more times without it getting sweaty and
So, yeah, I
dirty,
think
or is it
saves
just?
the armpits a bit?
Yeah, because it's a very British thing, isn't it? Because I grew up doing that. Is it like we used to call it a marina, but I know they call it a singlet. They call it all kinds of things, and here they call it a tank.
What's Georgia call it? I can't remember what Georgia calls it. This English word for it, I can't remember.
And I mean, jumper is another term, but I don't
Yeah.
think that's what they call. I think that's a sweater.
It's a sweater.
Yeah, but I think it's a singlet or. Anyway, in Jamaica we used to call it a marina. Yeah, and you say we say where? So you put on a shirt. You say, where's your marina? Because they notice that you don't have anything under the shirt, right?
They can see and they're just
Right.
like, come on.
And then the other thing I want to ask you about is you and Georgia do those great getting dressed videos for Instagram. What was the inspiration of that?
Well, it came out of a couple of things. Georgia was doing some stuff, behind the scenes stuff of her styling.
Right.
And then so she just ended up talking about the outfit that she was wearing at work. As you know, I've always liked helping dudes get dressed a little bit better.
Yeah.
You deserve a better dressed boyfriend. And so like I think the whole thing came out one day. I was walking down the street, it's wintertime, everybody wearing a black puffer coat, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, I gotta sort these people out. So I had to jump into the ring myself. And do you know Odario? Odario Williams? He's a radio DJ on CBC. So I ran into him the other day, and he was just like, puffer coat thing. He goes, I had to show a pile of friends. It's like, you're wearing a black puffer coat and you're wearing a black puffer coat. He's like, my boy here is trying to change that up. So anyway.
And then that's the inspiration, and then
that's just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah,
Trying
yeah.
to get back to doing that stuff as well once we're finished up here.
Yeah.
And I got a show tomorrow night as well.
Right, yeah, I saw you post about that. Yeah, so you're just doing a blend of just living your life the way you want to. It's
my
stuff
life.
people like to love, you love to do.
And you're looking wonderful. I love the shades.
Well, you know, I love these shades. They're actually Canadian brand, Ghanaian heritage guys who do this.
Oh, wait a minute. Who is it?
Boten?
Yeah.
Is it Boten?
Yeah.
You know these
I used to
guys?
sell, yeah.
Yeah, I used to sell their stuff, yeah.
That's what I was going to say. You know what we miss on your Clo-Glow?
Yeah.
We miss seeing you.
Oh, you mean me in the?
Yeah.
Because I don't usually put, but I'm not usually in them. I usually just put people.
I know.
I know some people just put them. Oh, so I should maybe do some dress ones like you're doing.
Or whatever, like show yourself going into some spaces or something, because we want to see your friendly face. And
Somebody said that to me too. They said, "Oh, you never feature yourself," and I'm like, you know, because we hear your voice sometimes,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you're there,
that's been the question.
but we don't see you in the thing. But you know, it's not about me. I have a selfie account, which sometimes I send you stuff from, which is with my selfie, and then I have a fashion account called Visria, which I feature stylish people I encounter. But I rarely do that one. It's, you know, I just love the people stories.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway,
And
I'll let
you know what? You've turned me on to so many different businesses and stuff. You're doing a great job.
Yeah?
I love it. Yeah. Show all these people you feature.
Yeah.
Just like, where's that person at? Where's this person at? It's lovely.
Yeah.
keep it
And,
up.
and you're here today and tomorrow. Because George is the one who told me, oh, you should go by. He's there. And I said, I have a work. I was working there. And then I saw, oh no, he's also there on Sunday. So, but I thought I was walking through and I came through.
So you're still working, eh?
Yeah, I'm not responsible and not smart like you guys who put your money, organize it. I gotta keep working.
We got to keep working.
But the way you said it, you're like, I'm retired. I'm a man of leisure, kind of just doing what I like, what I want.
No, that's not me, but that's a lot of my friends, right?
Right.
They're all getting to that point where I'm like, oh, you were that person. You
Yeah,
were smart.
yeah,
You put your money
yeah.
in there and everything.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks. Bye-bye.
It's like one of my exes was sending me all this stuff this morning about how him and his partner, his husband actually, they're heading off to the east, they're selling their house. But then he says, oh, but we got to come back to Ontario for our 2 other houses. I'm like, 2 other houses? Okay, boy, you were smart.
I fucked up.
I mean, I have 1 now because I finally purchased a place, but it's a condo,
Yeah, yeah.
which is all I need really. Because even when I was looking for people say, why you got a house? I don't want to. Oh, if I had a bigger family and I had a partner and children, I'd see it and make sense, or pets. But I'm getting old now. I don't want to go upstairs. I want to just have 1 floor because I've seen some of my friends who have aged, or even my parents, and at a certain point, they can't handle the stairs. And I try to think ahead. Well, if I'm going to get a place now, which is going to take me to my older age, I just want to make all the decisions now that will make it accessible for that as I need it. You know, but I get if you're somebody who's got a place, you know.
You know, it's funny. Just as you said that about the stairs, I've never even thought about that. But me and Georgia, we're not even on the 2nd floor. We're up like the narrow attic stairs, like up the tiny little, we're on the 3rd floor. The kids are all here kind of
Right,
thing. And I'm
right.
like, one day, probably a couple of years from now, I'll just be like, hey, I'm putting my bed in the living room or whatever.
Well, that's what we did with a few friends of ours who are at a place where they just can't do the stairs because they've had either ailments or just aging. So they've actually done that, renovated their ground floor into their bedroom, and they even put a little bathroom in there because they realize, especially at the end of a day when you're tired, you've watched TV and you're like, you look at those stairs and you're like, oh my God.
My mom comes to stay with us for weekends.
Yeah.
The woman's 86 with Alzheimer's and stuff. In the mornings, she can go up, like I don't try to do it just once or twice a day.
Right.
She has a nap in the middle of the day, but like 8 o'clock at night when she's like heading upstairs to have a bath or whatever, it's like, oh, I'm so sorry, you know, like we're not set up for that. So
Right.
She had to do the second floor.
Wow.
Walking behind her.
Yeah. It's kind of, so this is beautiful. I just heard this come on. I'm like,
Do you know that voice?
yeah, who's it?
Anoni. It used to be Anthony. He's now non-binary. Anoni. Anthony and the Johnsons.
Oh, yeah. I know Anthony Johnson's, yeah. So that's who this is now, Anoni? I love this song.
Well, you know what the song is, right?
Which one? I know it's.
Fleetwood Mac. Mm-hmm. And then Smashing Pumpkins did it and stuff. It's called Landslide. It's called.
It's beautiful. I mean, I've heard it before.
Yeah.
And so this is Anthony's rendition of it. Beautiful, beautiful.
I'm gonna get back to my stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around and see. I love those shirts. Are those yours? They look like stuff you'd carry in the store back in the day.
I used to carry them.
Yeah.
So I used to carry Mark's and I used to carry Andrea's. And in fact, when I first opened, I used to carry Susanna's stuff as well, like women's belts when I used to carry more women's stuff.
Yeah.
But this is what I've been up to. I've been doing lots of music. That's me there. Lots of this stuff. And then that we just did a couple of old things. This is kind of cool. These are just did these. Mm-hmm. A little swipe of color.
And I'm still rocking your Jimmy Cliff from all those years ago.
You know, I just looked at that screen yesterday. I was like, should I make some
You should,
more?
yes! Because mine is shrinking and I've washed it so many times now and I need like a fresh one would be good. So if you ever get to that,
If I make one,
please let me know.
know.
Yeah. You know, Jimmy Cliff and then a little Diana Ross would be like nice.
Sure,
I'm still making a case for that. I'll be 80 years old coming into you going, where's my Diana Ross?
And I'll be like, it's up on the third floor.
If you can get up there, you can go get it.
It's all you, baby. Come on in.
I love this. All right, so there it is. And after, I'm gonna look around. I'm not gonna just do this, and then yeah.